Hey YouTube, it's Rob here with another quick video. Um, this one's about the amazing overlay that I showed you in the last video. Is actually it's bigger than I even thought. I've been um, examining and researching those areas, and I can already tell you that this is the key to understanding what happened to the past, for our planet and its geology and everything. Because when I focus on this area right here, right next to Israel, or part of Israel, I start to notice that it's actually probably one of the most important areas of what I've been researching. And the reason I say that is because of the way things fit in here. They just fit in there too much. And that's why I'm making this video. There's a lot more stuff that I'm working on that's really crazy on this area, but I'm already starting to get overwhelmed with when I do this, because when I start researching something, it's like opening Pandora's box. Other things start to fit, and then so I start searching that, and then while searching that, then I notice something else in that, and then I end up getting pulled off of what I was focused on originally. So I just kind of want to show you that some of the my evidence that this is what it is. You can almost already see that they're naturally lining up in certain ways. When I just move this around, you can see that it just seems to fit in here, everything. But let me see here what I'm going for. You got this gouge right here. Here you got the Marianas Trench, which is a subduction zone. But there's a relationship going on here. You can see that there's definitely some kind of connection here, especially when you got things that are shaped like this area. See how it's starting to kind of lock in? Let me just rotate this guy right here. See, like that. And of course this is going to be a little bit difficult to see because there's a lot going on. But somehow this thing kind of twists in here. You can see how it lines up as I bring it in. It just does. Some are hard to see and then some aren't. But ultimately, when I line things up, you can kind of make out what's going on. You just have to look harder if you can't see it. Let me try. I'm trying to point things out. You'll notice that this is rounded right here. You'll notice that this is rounded too, but not just rounded the same diameter as this. Okay, right there is odds that the probability that these two rounded areas on the planet, that when they match the diameter, the odds of them not being related is astronomical. They have to be related. You can't just get, it's lucky enough to get one round object and then another round object, but then to have both of them be the same distance and width and the same diameter of arch and all that, then you're talking something's going on here. So when I line that with that, you can see right here this starts to fit the features right here. Then you see this strange looking area that looks like stretching. Now I've told you that I've showed you that Florida fits in here. You'll notice that this comes to a tip point that's shaped a lot like Florida. Well, you could pretty much guess that. I haven't even tried this yet, but I can tell you Florida's going to fit there. I can tell you that right now from experience, and it's going to fit. It's not. I don't even. To be honest, usually I've spent so much time in the past chasing these things down and then double checking them that I've gotten to the point to now where I already know that it's gonna fit. It's just gonna fit. This tip is gonna be the same size as Florida right here, and Florida is gonna be the. And I already said this in the past that I believe that there is a tunnel in in Antarctica, and that I even made the claim that I've told somebody. I know I told one of my subscribers that the width of it would be the width of Florida, or the same width as the California basin, and because these are reoccurring patterns that I find all over the planet, and I can make a judgment. I make an educated guess on what's going on in Antarctica based upon what I've seen in reoccurring patterns all over the planet. And I'm telling you that there's most likely going to be a tunnel there that's going to look a lot like this Red Sea. It's going to be the same width as Florida, the California basin. That's what I'm guessing at from what I've seen. But see that how this lines up. You can see that as I bring this in, it just kind of seems to fit in there. I'm sure that these are reoccurring patterns of what is a tunnel. And even these right here, you got to think like if you take a gouge, like say this is a gouge, say this is the opposite of the gouge of the tunnel, because it probably is. But okay, so say there's a tunnel opening like this, and I cut the opening in layers like this, and then I spread them out. You're gonna get gouges that look like this, that are if you were to look straight down the tunnel, this is what you would see is these would be the part of each layer of the gouge. And that's why I made that claim about also the Gulf of Mexico too, that there are different levels of a gouge, and that's been pulled apart. And not a gouge, I'm sorry, like a tunnel. They become like gouges though, and that's what I'm claiming. Okay, so that said, I can show you that this thing keeps fitting over and over because everything must be related to this area somehow. Let's see here what else I got. This is the image that basically I was working on yesterday. I think it's a different angle of it. And I wanted to show you the high strangeness of this whole thing. Okay, so here's the kink in the Himalaya mountains. You'll notice that there's like an arrow right here, a point. You could probably barely see it right there. It's almost saying like an arrow pointing down, showing us the flow here. And that you can see that in the background there are alignments here. You can see that when I put this, you see how it's curved, and then you got this flow here that matches the size of this. See the edge? As if it was flowing over it somehow. All this seems to be pointing into here. But see, even if I look at the exactness of the features here and that when I line that up. That's my proof that I'm not just using my imagination here, and that I'm not seeing faces in a cloud. Because you can't take the faces in the cloud and then match them up to features on our Earth and make an observation like this. See, there's a difference. See? It just fits exact. It's like a Lego snapping right into place. Like that Tool song, I know the pieces fit, or whatever. That's what this reminds me of. But look how it flows right in. It snaps right in like a Lego. I could almost hear it clicking. But and then you look at these features here, you'll see that they play into this. But then you can move it over and it does it some more in other ways. See how Italy is? Look how that flow fits in there. It's because all these are related to a single reoccurring pattern. So it keeps doing that. What this feature may have been here for this, but then also there's another feature responsible for this that looks different than this, but it will fit. See, as I move this up, you can see the sizing here, right here. See how this fits then in here? There's something going on, and I'm telling you that with these overlays, they prove that the Earth is in layers and it's being pulled apart as it increases in size, which exposes these layers that once sat upon each other, now that have been pulled away. And now that I put them back, they show a more complete story. They actually give away what was going on, what created these features to begin with, because you can backtrack them. See how that fits right there? And if you can't, then you can see that just by moving it around, it just randomly fits other features here, because it's all coming from the same area. The size right here of this, the strangeness, how this fits right into there. You see what I'm talking about? And then of course the distortion of the curvature of the planet distorts the images, so then I really can't go on, but if I get straight on shots of this area, you're going to see this happening all over again. Sooner or later, somebody that is interested in the truth, that somehow wants to know the truth about this planet, will actually notice this and realize that what a big deal this is actually that I'm showing you. I'm showing you a way to investigate the Earth's past with Google Earth. It's just so easy to do. Anyways, I like making these videos short because I hate the upload time that YouTube takes for me to upload them. So we usually it's hours, so I'm just make this short. This is what I'm working on. Notice how this is opened around the end here of Africa. If this is 3 dimensions instead of being pressed flat on the surface as it is now, you could kind of see that this looks like not just a tear but an opening. Anyways, that's it for now. I have way better stuff coming, so I hope you guys are ready for what I'm going to show you. Thanks for watching.